Remember in the third grade when your teacher used to make you take stuff to their sons in other rooms? Was that just a me thing? That probably was just a me thing. Anyway, so it's the third grade, I probably just finished a crossword puzzle, and my teacher calls me over to her desk. She hands me over an envelope. On the envelope, it says Noah's spoon. Inside the envelope, the outline looks like it could be a spoon. She told me to take this envelope down to room... I don't remember what room, but it was a room, and I knew where the room was, so I knew where I was going, and I was going fast. Side note, that same day, my teacher measured all of our heights. I don't remember why, but she did. Anyway, it was ironic because a few days before she measured our heights, my dad said I had to be at least 4 feet and 4 inches. I was not 4 feet. At all. I was 3'11". On the class list, I was the second from the bottom, and the person under me was 3'11", which means I was tied for last place in height. There was also this one girl who got on my nerves, and she was like 4'7", and it was the most like demoralizing day of my life for the longest time. Anyway, I'm walking down the hallway to take Noah's spoon to Noah. I arrived at the room that I was to deliver the spoon to Noah. I knocked on the door, unaware that it was already a little bit creaked open. The door flung open with my knock, and there I was, all 3 feet and 11 inches of me, standing in the doorway. I was terrified. I was sweating bullets. These kids in front of me were 4th graders. That means they were in the double digits of their age. They've lived a decade at this point. That was unheard of to me. I was 9. I walk into the room. It feels like everybody is staring at me, and I find Noah, and I walk over to him, and I give him the envelope. He takes the envelope. He looks at it, and he looks at me, and he looks back at the envelope, and then he flips the envelope around because it was on the wrong side, and he looks at it, then he looks at me, then he looks back at the envelope, and he says, "Noah's spoon?" Then he looked at me, then I looked at him, and then he just goes, out loud, "Yes!" My mission was complete. Operation Noah's Spoon was a success. For the longest time, this was actually probably the happiest day of my life because I got the validation of a 4th grader who was in the double digits of their age. So I leave the 4th grade classroom with Noah to be happy with his spoon to do whatever he does with the spoon, and I walk back to my classroom, and my teacher looks at me, and then I look at her. She looks at me, and while I'm looking at her, she says, "Did you give Noah Noah's spoon?" And I said, "I gave Noah Noah's spoon. None to worry." And then she thanked me, and I walked back to my seat, and I don't remember a single other thing from that day. The moral of the story here is, if you have the chance to impress 4th graders, you should probably go for it. Well, maybe not now. It'd probably be weird to try to get the validation of a 4th grader now. Yeah, don't do it now. Don't. That's gross.